From South Africa. Welcome. We are so happy and pleased to have you all on the call. And we will just kickstart. I know we have lots of people joining us along the way, but we don't want to keep our lovely guests waiting. So my name is Ziggy Owei, and once again, I'm coming to you this evening from Cape Town. And one is just very, very excited. We have something absolutely amazing to share with you this evening. And we have an incredible speaker as well who will be joining us this evening. And we will be having an interview style conversation with you as well. So we are from the Secret family. We are from the Secret family. And I'd like to tell you that today we will be talking about striking a work and lifestyle balance and its impact on aging. And this is a very, very critical topic. Just this afternoon, I got a message that someone that I was on a Zoom with 3 weeks ago collapsed in his office from heart attack. We know people who are going through all these type of different shocking experiences. And the problem is that most people do not pay attention to the lifestyle that they have designed for themselves. And so today we're going to have an incredible speaker who is going to help us to piece this out and understand what indeed is even a lifestyle in the first place. What does that mean? You know, and all of that. So we're going to piece it out and you begin to ask yourself if you even have a lifestyle. What's your lifestyle? So at the end of this evening, you're going to decide and come up with that. And we'll also show you different ways through our incredible Secret family, how you can help yourself maintain an incredible lifestyle that allows you to also take care of yourself as far as aging is concerned. But let's leave all that work to the amazing young lady that we have this evening. So I'm going to very quickly introduce our guest. Her name is Dinah Madise, and this incredible young lady has been in corporate was in corporate for 15 years and went through so many different journeys. Now is an entrepreneur in her own right. She also is a podcaster. She's a digital marketing advertiser or guru there, and she's also an entrepreneur as well. She also was in the TV industry and did amazingly well. She has an MBA as well, and she is a global business person, traveled widely as well. So we're very happy to have her. I know she's also very big on wellness. She's known for that. And we're going to tap into that a little bit this evening. So I just want you to sit tight and, have all your ears and eyes open while I introduce our incredible guest today, Dinah Madise. Dinah, can you hear me?
Hi, Ziggy. How are you? Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. You look stunning as always. You look beautiful.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I know you for. so glad to have you on the call this evening.
Thank you so much. I mean, it's such a humbling moment, and it's also an honor for me to actually come onto your Wow Wednesday. I mean, I've seen the type of guests that come on your show or your slot, and the type of, for the past couple of weeks I've been myself an attendee of this, and I've been gaining so much knowledge, and I look forward to Wednesday. I love Wednesdays because I look forward to be learning from experts in the field, but I'm not an expert obviously, and I am just here to be able to have fun. And hello everybody. Hey everyone who has actually managed to join us today. We appreciate you taking time to make sure that you join us. Thank you so much.
Great stuff. So just before I delve into, I hope you had a very nice day today.
Yeah, busy one, but good. Busy one, but good.
That's amazing. So guys, today I'm going to have the honor and the privilege of tapping into the little brain of this incredible young lady. And I'm very excited about it because I know that this topic is so apt for her. But before I dive into it, I'll just like you to give us a brief intro about yourself. Yes, I did introduce you, but would like to hear from you how you would describe yourself. Just a nice brief introduction. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much. I am a lover of life. I am someone who is really open up herself to embrace the concept of life holistically. And I do understand that can actually mean different things to different people, right? But my journey so far, the past, the present, and what I'm looking for has actually brought me to a state of really seriously being in love with the concept of life, however that you call itself. So I'm a seeker of the truth. I am very inquisitive. I'm a multi-faceted person. I'm a very multi-talented human being. And I'm actually not someone that you can literally put in a specific box and say, this is actually, I defy the box. I'm someone who literally will try to fight and do that. It's also because along this journey, I'm just realizing how the power that we do have as individuals to literally define ourselves. So I'm someone who rebels easily when I'm put in situations that actually, want to define me as a certain time. So I'm a seeker. I'm a student of life. I'm someone who's always on a seeking journey. Recently, I've just literally been on a yes mode. Like, for me, actually right now, I'm just on a year. It's a year that represents yeses for me. I'm someone who's just like open for yeses. And I've seen, just the change in that mindset, what it has actually done for me. I've started to see the different shifts in my life, and even for the people around me. So I'm a mom also, but that doesn't necessarily define who I am. It is just a role that I play, full-time mother to a very, very, very handsome old man who's 21 years old. So so that's me. I'm a sister. I am that sister that you could literally pick up a call and say, hey, this is what I would like to understand. I've got brothers, that people, even the gentlemen that could actually literally give us a call. So I believe I'm a healer, also because there is a power in, me being able to have conversation with people that actually gives them a shift, or people feel better, about after having conversation with me, which is really what is, most what I'm really grateful for, the power of just impacting people in one way or the other. I am not necessarily my titles. I think those are great. They've been part of, making me understanding bigger that I am. But I am Dinah Mukhaiji. Like, that's me, Dinah Mukhaiji, in full essence. That's who I am, Dinah Mukhaiji, that girl next door, that woman that you can hang out with, that person that you can cry with, that person that could literally have an impact, that person who is learning to listen and actually do that. So that is me in a nutshell, Ziggy, in terms of like how I define myself today. I'm a seeker. I'm on a journey. I've opened myself to the concept of yes to life, and I'm loving it. I'm having so much fun right now.
Amazing. Audiences, I want you to pay attention to the way she has described herself. Most people, when you ask them, tell me about yourself, they will tell you about their degrees, their school, their, all the things that, are external and we peg ourselves with. And, what the way she has described herself, it's so critical for you to learn, or for us to learn how to describe ourselves for who we say we are, and not those titles. And this is really amazing, because all that also forms part of who you become and your lifestyle. So that's why we have you on the show tonight. So I'm very excited with that. So thank you so much for that elaborate description of who Dinah is, and not just by your qualifications and the jobs you've done along the way. So we're going to dive straight into the meat of tonight's topic. And, the word lifestyle, when I was thinking about this thing, lifestyle is an all-encompassing word. It's huge. It's massive. It's not just about you know, whether you have time to drink or play or whatever, it's so big, you understand? So I would like you to tell us, what is your perception of lifestyle? How would you, you know, describe that word or flesh that word out for our audience tonight? Thank you.
Yeah. I think that lifestyle is actually a good advertising word. I think advertisers or the media or whoever has just coined it, you know, and they just made us to literally forget the essence of what is it. For me, lifestyle is a state of being, you know, it is, you know, when you finally find yourself being in the state of being in terms of you are certain about yourself, you find a way to define yourself. You have actually come to that point where you have defined yourself. The peace or the state that you do have is never going to be affected or impacted by externally what is going outside or the noise that's going outside, because you've just come to that state of being that is so unshakable about anything else. And I think it's very, very, very important. You know, it's a very important state for anyone to actually strive to be at, because when you are at that state, you are unbothered, literally, because you do know who you are. You do know what defines you. It's not about, you know, I need to be having the fleshy what. They are very important, those things. Even if we do have those external definition of what it's all about, because for me, for years, I thought, you know, having a lifestyle is about staying in a particular house, having a car, la 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 la. And the thing is that even when I had those things, I was never happy. I was just in a state of feeling the emptiness. I was just in a state of, you know, what else to do? What do I need to do? And all those things. I was just in that state of unhealthy way of living where I believed that I needed to overwork myself. I needed to, you know, be liked by certain people. I needed to actually do that. It was just lack of peace that was bothering me. And when I decided to say, I actually have the power to define my own version of what does it mean for Dinah to have a certain lifestyle. So when I have that, you know, particular type of houses, but they don't define who I am, right? They don't define who I am, because I know who I am because I'm in a certain state. So for me, that is how I would define lifestyle. It is a state of being that is unshakable. It is a state of being that the peace that you have within yourself, the certainty, the affirmation that you have yourself, nothing externally is going to do that. When you say, I, as Dinah, I am going to do this particular thing, you are going to do it because you know yourself, you know your capability, you know that why you are doing certain things.
Fantastic. I mean, this is really deep, guys. And I'm telling you, what she's explained is exactly what it is. Because, you know, at the end of the day, if you don't have that inner peace and all of, you know, knowing who you are, you literally, I mean, what then is the lifestyle? And so it's a question of people beginning to find out what are those things that they want to be, you know, engaging in, or they want to be involved in or affiliated with, that will give them that inner peace, that will give them that certainty and affirmation for themselves, and actually make them to feel everything that Dinah is talking about. So it's so, so important to know that each and every one of us, we have the responsibility to define our lifestyle. It's so important. What is your lifestyle? What is it that gives you that inner peace and grounding, no matter what is happening around you? And that's absolutely amazing to hear. So how important is it for us to determine our lifestyle? So, you know, it's all intertwined. And then how do we also strike a balance? Because you know what, even with all of that, we exist in a world where we are faced with all manner of things. Yeah. Whether it's our work, whether it's our friends and family, whether it's our siblings, our peers, you know, and our daily material pursuits and everything. So in the midst of trying to have that inner peace and, you know, determine what our lifestyle is, how do we strike that balance? How are we able to do that? How do we do this?
So I'm somebody who believes in living life according to your values, right? because I think that if you live life according to your values, alignment will naturally comes from there, right? And nothing is actually going to, change or try to try to confuse you in terms of what you're going to do. So the first thing for me, I will advise anybody else, what are your top 5 values? What is it that you value most in your life? What are the 5 key things in your values? This is the values for me. It's about God, spirituality, whatever that I believe in. My relationship with the Maker is the most important thing. It's what grounds me. It is what, it is what I believe in, the power that is the Maker, whatever that you believe in. For me, that is the first thing, is my relationship, with the source itself. The second thing for me is about family, the family. My family is very important to me. This is my value, the second value that I have. My wellness, how do I feel? And when I talk about wellness, it's such a loose word for most people. I'm not talking about looking in a particular way. I'm talking about you being okay, being well, knowing that you're well, like your mind speaks to everything else, right? Because it's not about whether we are skinny or we are whatever, but it's about, because that is a reflection of certain things anyway. You don't have to worry about that. When we go and fix the core, when we go and really look at healing or helping you to understand the core of this, because remember, that is just the result of a symptoms of something. So when you go to the core and then we're able to help you deal with the symptoms, then we've dealt with the issue completely. You don't have to go through this, issue of going through the same thing over and over again, and then you keep asking yourself the same question. So family is very important. Relationships are very important for me in terms of like the people in my life, whether it's friends, whether it's partner. That is also something that is very important. That is one other key value. I always strive to literally work on my relationship, and I'm a work in progress into that. And then the other thing is the concept of wealth, right? The concept of wealth is also so important for me. So these are the key values that are very important for me. I don't know what is important for you. So I live my life according to these values, right? And I continuously make sure that I invest my time in terms of this key values for me, right? So there is nothing that can literally disturb or take me away from that, because I am clear about my key value. Like I don't know if some of you know about this, something called the wheel of life, right? The wheel of life. If you go and understand the concept of the wheel of life, right? Like the wheel of life is actually very important. It's like you go, you look at the value of the wheel of life, and then you try to, because the whole thing about the concept of the wheel of life is that it needs to be so balanced, in every area of your life. Like when you find that, let's say your wellness, it is at a minus, however, your relationship at a 90, or your finances are at a 0, however, something is at this level, then we need to go back and see, how do we help you to come and balance the wheel of life? So it is a very interesting concept, and you can always check it out, and then you can actually do yourself an exercise today and evaluate, according to the wheel of life, what is actually going to happen. So let me just deviate a little bit, right? I want to talk about, because we are anyway talking about lifestyle, which anyway is it touches at everything, but the most core of the lifestyle is about the finances. It's about, the concept of finances, which I know that a lot of people, might be an issue, or you might necessarily, not necessarily understand that it is something that I struggled for years to actually come to a grip of. How do I make this money? Like, remember, everything in your life, you're already a powerful manifester. So right now, when you look at your life, you manifested that life. So every human being, you are a manifester. So manifesting is your God-given talent. But the question is, are you even aware that you're already a powerful manifester, right? Because you're already manifesting. Tomorrow, the day that you're going to have, you manifest it. You decide, that tomorrow is the day that I'm going to do the type of, life in your lifestyle, whether you're winning or losing, you decide. Isn't that powerful? When you just remember that it's all back to you. So it's all back to you when you're deciding that. So you see, money right now, I want to go back to the concept of the wheel of life. Your money right now, your finances, is literally a reflection of your values, right? Because you're going to spend or make according to what you value most. If you were to look at, let's say, you're in a situation where you're getting an income at a particular time. However, you are finding that all you're doing, you're taking this income is going, a big chunk of your income is going to one specific area of your life, and then the other specific area of your life is suffering. It's because you are valuing that specific area of your life, more than the other specific areas of your life. And you can always go back and actually say, okay, why is the money that I have always just going out? Why is it that I never multiply? Why is it that I never actually increase? What values have I attached to money, or what relationship do I have to money? Then you go back and actually you balance it, you go back, you reevaluate, and then you balance, according to that. So yes, it is about that. It is about our values. Our values determine the outcome of the life that we live right now. If we want to change everything about that, you want to change the type or have a better, let's say you were saying you want to have a better lifestyle, you need to go back and say, what are my key 5 values? What is it that I value most as a person? Because they're going according to your identity. It's again changing that identity and shifting that identity. Because once you've done that, you will see then things start opening up in your life. So you can never, ever, ever, ladies and gentlemen, be broke if you live life according to your values, because your values are who you really are. You can never, ever, ever be unhappy if you live life according to your values. You can never, ever, ever have miserable relationship, a marriage or friendship, if you live life according to your values. You can never, ever, ever be a bad parent if you live life according to your values. You can never, ever, ever have a bad business that you are not winning in your business. If you live life according to your business and the type of business that you're doing is aligned to who you are. It can never. That is where you flourish. That's how you flourish as a person. So if there is something right now that you're not happy within your lifestyle, it is so good for you that you can literally go and do an audit, and do an audit and see where is it that, things are not coming together. And then from there, when you start balancing them, I promise you, you're going to start seeing things coming together for you.
Wow. Powerful stuff, guys. I mean, she literally hit the nail on the head in this particular one, and I can't agree less with her, because at the end of the day, your values determine everything. That is powerful. Guys, I want you to take note of that, because if you just look at our everyday life like we are talking about here, and you find that you spend all the time and energy you have on chasing something or your job, then that's what you have decided is your value. Every other thing is suffering. But if you really see all these other things as part of your values, you will not have a choice but to, balance yourself out so that everything is in place. So this is really a very powerful tool right there. So I think the first thing we want to ask ourselves is, have we paid attention to what our values are? Some people don't even know what their values are. I don't think that we have, what is your values? So that's the first step, to identify what your values are, write them down, and then measure yourself and see how you are balancing out and what exactly it is causing that imbalance and, in your lifestyle. So this is really, really amazing, Dinah. Thank you for that massive sharing. So I'm just going to move forward again to our next question for you, which is, well, you've touched on it. What has helped you to strike that balance? You understand, which is literally, what you have shared now. But if you want to bring it down a little bit more to like the everyday things that people do or that you do, what are some of those things like in your everyday life? Now we already know the deep stuff, which you've talked about. Let's break it down to, things that people do on a daily basis, on an hourly basis. What are some of the things that has helped you to balance your own lifestyle in terms of the values that you have identified yourself with and all that? Thank you.
I think one of the things that really helped me was starting to question why I keep having repetitive patterns in my life, right? So and it's gonna look like I keep going to the whole money, but I think it's because a lot of us really, because that money, I can talk about money for years, like, because I just believe that is the core of everything. You know, our relationship with money reflect our relationship with ourselves, right? So, you know, I started asking myself, you know, what's my relationship with money? Because like I said, manifestation, it's already there. You're already manifesting the money and all those things. And for me, it was Ziggy, you know, deeper rooted issues that I really needed to go and actually heal, right? And start doing a lot of work on, because I would literally make money, but I will find a way of get rid of it, because it was not, I didn't have a very good relationship with money. You know, like I was someone who was just careless with money. When it came, I wanted to literally make sure that it's gone. And when I made a decision to literally get a money coach, someone who was literally specifically helping people of color, you know, helping people of color. She works with everybody else, but it was specifically working with people of color, you know, to help us like deal our ancestral money traumas, like our journey, our generational story about money in terms of where we're coming from. You know, it becomes a very interesting revelation for me, because it makes so much sense why I was behaving the way I was behaving. So here's the deal, why I was behaving the way I was behaving. I used to believe that you can only make money or be successful if you don't sleep, right? Like no sleep, no family, no dating, no relationship. Things has to break apart for you to prove that, right? And it didn't make sense, because that's what I did, right? For years, that's what I did. When I was in corporate, I was the one who was like overworking myself, you know, obviously to get the titles and all those kind of a thing. When I went into business, I was the one who actually I used to be fearful of, if I don't overwork myself, if I don't, you know, do certain things, you know, then I'm not going to be successful. So I was living in so much fear. That even when the money came, I found the way of getting rid of it, because it was not about the money itself, but it was the relationship and the identity that I had with myself, that I had with the money itself, right? And I started saying, no, some of this thing needed to change. So what did I do? I started, you know, finding a way of working with someone who was an expert, because I believe that when you work with someone who knows what they're doing, a Ziggy, someone who's gone through the certain journey, they're going to help you to get the result. But bringing it down to like every day, what do we do every day, you know, to actually do that? On a daily basis, I am a slave to my habits, because I'm such an undisciplined person. I'm not disciplined. Like, I know a lot of people don't believe that I am not. Like, I'm a rebel. I am a very creative person. I rebel to systems. I rebel to structure. I've got like lot of things that I want to do at this certain time, and for me to be able to literally start making progress, I needed to sit down and start becoming a slave to my schedule. What does it look like? Okay, we pray, we do gratitude, we are thankful for life, to the maker or the source that you do have. Very important for me on a daily basis is to do a gratitude. I do a gratitude, 10 things that I'm grateful for before everything else, right? And then from there, it's a prayer, it's a meditation, it's my wellness, right? It is my wellness, because it's either a walk, it's either a run, whatever that works for you, that is what I do. And then, because that actually helps me. But the most thing that I do, one of the most powerful technique that I've been applying, it's how I envision my day, what is the outcome of the day that I want? What exactly do I want? So today, what do I want, you know? Because I like what one leader said about the power of meditation. He said, prayer is when you speak to God, but meditation is when God speaks through you. And I had to do meditation. I started being a student of meditation, I think like right now, a year ago or something, during COVID, you know, I went deeper into the meditation. I can't live without meditation. I do it every single day, religiously so, because it was centers me, it was helped me. But what's important is that I envision my day. This is the type of day that I want. This is the outcome of the day that I want. That is what I do. I have a to-do list. I can never leave my day without a to-do list. A to-do list of three things. 1, 2, 3. What are the key things? Three things that I would like to achieve today. Sometimes it's about, being able to just call someone, check up on someone. It doesn't always have to be like work-related stuff, So those are the things that I do, right? Before I go to bed, I just review what are the 3 things that I've done, and I'm able to say, okay, tomorrow, this is what I have done for me, right? I read. Also, I believe that's very important for those who like to read. If you don't, you can always listen to audiobooks. I personally prefer to read. I think it gives the experience much better thing and all that. But I do that. 3 things in a day. I don't overwhelm myself, because remember, an overwhelm, it upsets the nervous system. And when you have an upset and your nervous system is very upset, you can't function. A lot of people, they don't understand that anxiety is a result of a nervous system that is upset. So when we perform at our best, physiologically or medically is proven, is because we have a calm nervous system. That is why when you go into those things like meditation, prayer, or journaling, whatever that works for you, you calm your nervous system. And when you calm your nervous system, you are able to actually perform at your best level. So those are some of the things that I do on a daily basis. I mean, I don't think it varies that much. I mean, it's what I do. My life is boring. It's very predictable. I just do the same thing.
Yeah, definitely. I understand where you're coming from. I mean, being a slave, you having that routine and a schedule that helps you keep yourself in balance and in check. But some of the other things that people can engage in as well to help them find that balance in life, depending on, on a daily basis. It's like some people feel taking a trip, even if it is on your own, is expensive, or it's a luxury, But I think we have to begin to realize that taking a trip, even if you have to travel on your own, it's not a luxury. These are things that you can use to help put yourself back in balance and also reflect. For me, meditation is talking to yourself, looking into yourself, and trying to actually listen inwardly into yourself, and it will help to guide you as to where you're going. So all that also helps. So it's just a question of perception of what we do and how people see these things. So you find that people who make a lot of money, like you were talking about, still struggle to take time out to travel or just relax. Or if they say they're relaxing, there's another one that struck me so much, is the fact that your mind is constantly working. Ever thought of emptying yourself of all thoughts? My husband used to tell me then, he said, Ziggy, empty yourself of all thoughts. And I'm like, how? Because if you say that you are taking a break, but your mind is still moving like crazy, you are not taking a break. You will still suffer the nervous system she's talking about, and the heart attack guy who just passed on or slumped in the office and stuff like that. So it's important we begin to pay attention to those little things that we do on a daily basis that actually takes us off that balance in line with the values that we want to focus on. Okay, so when do you, recommend that people start paying attention to building the lifestyle that they want? And how does this timing impact their aging? How do you link this lifestyle and aging thing together? How do we link it?
I'm using my phone. I wanted to show you guys, at different phases in my life. Literally, you guys, you will literally laugh and not believe that is the same person, right? I mean, the earlier the better, where we can really start, reaffirming ourselves, and even our children or those who are around me that, it's okay, it's okay to believe in ease, I personally believe that ease right now, and this is going to be so contradictory to people that know me, and I want to clarify it. I believe that ease is a cousin of success. Because when you're in an easy mode, it doesn't mean you don't do the work, but you do the intentional work that is directly taking you to exactly where you're going. You see, when we're in this hustle mode, which is what we are taught to all do, we are going to make all the wrong decisions. Ask me about it. You're gonna be chasing, like Ziggy said, you're gonna keep chasing and chasing and chasing. And like chasing is such a negative spirit and negative energy. You can never chase, you can never get what you chase. Every time you feel like I got it, what does it do? It go. Then you're gonna end up having to go anything. And when you are in this hustle, chasing mode, what happens is that you attract the wrong people in your life. You follow the wrong people that are not in tune in who you are, the core your being. And later on, you look later and then you're like, oh my God, I lost a certain amount of years. So the sooner we can start with the whole concept of having that balanced lifestyle, and I know, like, there's a concept of balance, it's a myth, it doesn't exist. I don't think it exists. I think alignment is key. I think harmony is what is key. I don't think you're ever going to get everything else going together sometimes. Sometimes it does, but sometimes we become off balance. But in a harmonious way, we're good. So balance is a myth, harmony is key. What we're doing, we're striving to have a harmonious life. Harmonious lives, because a harmonious life is what takes us to where we are going. That is what is actually important. So if we can start early, I mean, my son doesn't know anything about the whole East, because all she saw a mom who was like always out there hustling, not sleeping, da 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 da. So now it's about relearning. I am relearning myself. I am relearning to understand that it is okay, actually. It is so okay to actually achieve what you want to achieve in a harmonious way, in a way that you're going to do. It is so okay, to actually understand that. I read a book that changed my life, right? If you're in the whole, you're someone who lives to grow spiritually. It's called, Surrender by Michael A. Singer. Total Surrender. That's the title of the book. It's a very powerful book, for those who want to read. And after reading Surrender, I did understand why certain things were never, ever actually coming together for me. So the earlier, the better. I don't want to be a specific. If I had kids, young kids, and I could start introducing them to the concept of having a holistic lifestyle of where they know that it's okay, there's an abundance, to all of us, we are all going to get where we're going, like there is no right or wrong turn in life. It's all a journey that is designed to take you to where you're going, and you need to be comfortable with that, because that is a very important. The only voice that matters is your voice. The only affirmation that matters is your affirmation. The only thing that matters is you knowing that you are doing what you're doing and you're on the right track. Because if you don't know that, everybody else is going to be pulling you in different directions, and we don't want that for you, because you become so, like, you become someone who's not affirmed in who you are. So your voice is very important. So if you can start right now, if you feel like you don't have that, harmonious lifestyle, I'm going to encourage you that you start immediately, and you start literally looking at the values that we spoke about, and you start saying, okay, what you're going to do. Nothing is going to end, guys. Nothing ends. If you're in business, nothing ends. People are never going to end. You're never going to run out of customers. You're never going to run out of the money to make. I want that to be clear. You're never going to run out of friends to make. If you're sitting on this call, you're single, and you're feeling like, oh my God, I'm about to get 50, trust me, it's okay. You're never going to run out of partners to actually meet in your life, because you're always meeting people based on who you are at any point in your life. You don't like that, you change that, nothing runs out. Life is full of abundance. There is everything for you that you can do at any age, at any particular time. So the sooner we start, the better we are going to do that, because that is actually what is more sustainable.
Absolutely. So, I mean, you picked on something that I just want to re-emphasize on when you talked about, your son only saw what you were doing, and so that's what he knows. So in terms of really, when do you start? This is a call to all parents. And that's why, just opening yourself up to learning is so important, because a lot of us have started wrongly. We've done things wrongly. We're only getting to know how to correct the wrongs that we've done. But if we can start early to imbibe it in our children and making them strive for that harmonious balance in their life, and not making them follow this same distorted way that we live and, focus on only one thing and chasing and all that kind of thing without actually balancing all the aspects of our values that we are imbibing in those children, making sure that they make time for all those things and do all those other things that will, and it's only when you've done all those things, like our speaker said, our guest speaker said, that every other thing falls in place for you for what it is you want to achieve. There's no way you're going to achieve those things without balancing or putting into harmony the rest of all the other values. So we need to start early. And the other thing about aging is, the moment you're born, you start aging. I don't know why people think that it's only when you are getting to 40, 50, you start aging from the day you are born, because every single year you're adding a new year, basically. So everything we do, we make our kids do from when they're, we start taking care of them and all that, and we start imbibing in them, we are actually forming how, how they age, whether it's physically and whether it's emotionally, psychologically, and all of that. All those things affect how we age and also then shows on us physically as well. You were going to say something, Dinah?
Yeah, I wanted to just like, the whole concept of aging, right? Like, I remember when I went into business, they said a couple of things, but one was that the external is a reflection of the internal, right? I never used to understand that. I never used to understand that. Nobody age, like you don't age, because, when you are very peaceful and harmonious, you don't age. It's just how it is. When you start seeing certain things happening externally, that's where we need to go back. We need to go back and actually try to do that. It's such a myth, Ziggy. It is such a myth that people, we are all concerned about aging, like you're saying. I mean, a year older is a year older. I can't change the fact that I am 43 years old today, feeling so good about my age. I can't change it. That's just what it is to me, right? I am that, right? So for me, I also understood that at the rate where what I've been doing, especially for the past 7 years, there was no way that was actually sustainable for me moving forward. I needed to sit down and say, because I was so off balance with my core, me being me, I was so off balance. I was so off balance. I was not okay. I was like, my health was really, my wellness was affected heavily because of that. So aging is a myth. It doesn't exist. It's all what you say to that. It's a state, it's how you feel. Aging is a state of feeling. How do you feel about yourself? If you're feeling good, you're feeling good at any age. If you're not feeling good, let us help you to actually change that, because the most important thing, it's about feeling good. You vibrate so higher when you feel good. That is why we always say things about, you don't do things when you're not feeling good. You need to get to a state of feeling good. And then when you get to a state of feeling good, then you do things, because it's way easier. So you want to feel good. You want to feel good, because when you feel good, it's way easier to maneuver this game of life.
Fantastic. So just you said it aptly there, because actually what ages is the physical body. The real you who wears the body really doesn't age. So that's where when you say age is a myth, I get you there. But your physical body is actually what ages, because it's goes through the normal process of birth, growth, ripening, getting ripe, and then time to move on from that body. But the real person, which is you that wears the body, doesn't age. So, I mean, spot on. And that's where all the feeling and everything you're talking about comes into play. So I have two more questions for you before we round up. So the first thing, I know when we had a chat behind the scenes, you talked about how being part of the Secret Family has been of great help to you. And I want you to talk about that. But in addition to that, so because we have just 10 minutes to go, so I'm going to wrap these two questions in one. I know you are very big on wellness, and I've often thought about that word wellness. It's also a very big, all-encompassing word. And most times when I think about the word wellness, I think about emotional wellness, psychological wellness, wealth wellness. physical health, wealth, wellness, and all of that. And I think they all kind of tie into the lifestyle, thing as well. So I want you to just talk a little bit about that and how it links to what we're talking about today. And of course, share with us how this being part of the secret lifestyle has been useful to you in, getting this harmonious balance again in your lifestyle, work, and all that kind of stuff. Thank you.
Secret saved my life. I believe that for me, being in secret is because I was meant to be part of this company because of how it is so aligned with who I am, and where I'm going as a person, right? So firstly, you will never, ever, 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 ever be able to get anything if you're not well. Let's understand that. When you're not well, you don't think good, you don't feel good, you are miserable, you are, just think about that. So we can't even begin to talk about money. We can't even begin to talk about success. We can't even begin to talk about happiness. We can't even begin to talk about a happy marriage, a happy relationship, a happy human being if you are not well. Your wellness is your core, it's your God-given right. You need to be well first. You need to be well first. It needs to be non-negotiable. Your wellness is non-negotiable, right? We need to make sure that we are at a state where we are okay, where we are happy, where we are peaceful. Because when our nervous system is calm, when we are functioning well, things are going well within our body, we can then go and serve there. We can't serve from an empty cup. We can't. It's not possible. We need this cup to overflow. And how do we get this cup to overflow? Is by being well. So let's understand that. And when I'm talking about well, I know a lot of things, we look at it from an external point of view. Secret for me, secret wellness was never about losing, was never being about the physical attributes. I want us to be there. I always tell that, as like, for me personally, we are not a weight loss company. That's not what we do. We are a wellness company because our journey is about fixing people to what has already been damaged because of life, because we never knew well. So when you start coming on the secret products or you being part of our wellness team, you do understand that we're going to help you from the deeper core. Our products are designed for that. They're designed for that, right? And there's nobody like I don't think so there's any other company which literally has what we do. We are not here for quick fixes. That's not who we are. If you're looking for by next week, then this is not for you. We are here because we're going to give you the life you deserve sustainably, so that you can then perform at your best, right? Things that have been neglected, when you come to secret wellness, we're going to go there and help you fix that in, out. Remember, external is a reflection of in, out. When you're okay, you start becoming or attracting the right things in our life. For me, that is the core of wellness, right? So that's what we do. It is just that movement, okay? So let's get you right within that. It doesn't matter what area of your life. If you start with us, with our secret product, I promise you, you're going to be amazed in terms of the changes that you see in your life. I'm a light sleeper. I used to never sleep at all because I'm thinking this 100 things, like I'm everywhere. I'm thinking like that. But come secret products.
Your head of thought, your mind of thoughts.
I'm like that. Who can I call right now? Who has my money? Who can pay me? I'm that type of a person. But secret products has really helped me to sleep. I sleep like a baby. And because of that sleep and all those things, I was able to see a lot of progress in my life. I'm more calmer. I'm more kinder. I'm more nicer to people. I'm not grumpy. This is the Dinah that I love. I'm not chasing. I'm not on a rush. I'm not like, life is about to fall. I am a nice person. I like me being nicer to me. I like the nicer. So that is it, right? So when we are well, then we can help you build wealth. We can't help you build wealth without you being well. But I know that society says to us, let's hustle, let's make money. Once we have money, we then need to look after our wellness. You can't do that. That is not sustainable. You're going to make money whereas you seek. What's the point of actually doing that? So
more money goes into treating yourself.
Yeah. And then the money that you made is for hospital bills and everything else and everything else, right?
Absolutely.
So for me, it's about that. It's about that. And then remember, when you're well grounded, you're well from an inside out, then we're able to look at other area of your life. Then physically, you start looking good. Then emotionally, emotional intelligence, your emotional IQ goes high because you are calmer. You can look at situation, you don't overreact. You look at a situation from a more calmer point of view. You're like, I don't want to be part of that. I'm gonna step out of it. I'll see it next week, right? But if you are in this, unhealthy state, what do? You react, right? People say we go in this direction. You can't think for yourself, right? Because you don't know what you're doing, right? And when that happens, what do? We think well. We think, how do we make wealth? What is it that we need to do, right? What is it that is aligned to us that is going to help us to make this sustainable wealth? Because making wealth is not an issue. Making money is not an issue. Everybody knows how to make money. Is the how part of it, and then how do we sustain it? That's all that we need to do. Some of us, the skills already, some of us already have them, So, but it can't be an expend of something else, So I used to party a lot. There's a time when I was in television, I used to party a lot, like Sunday to Sunday events, this and this. And I used to party a lot. I party a lot, party a lot, party a lot. That's the industry. I'm there. I want to be seen. I want to look like this. I want to, that was not the industry, because everybody wants a piece of Dinah. Let's go this direction and all those kind of, I was fatigued. I was fatigued. I didn't even know what was going. Like, I was just like, when you're just someone who's everywhere, like a headless chicken. I was running like a headless. I didn't know what was going on because I was not looking at after myself and all that. So my finances, was a reflection of what was going on internally. Everything, my relationship, my marriage, it was a reflection of me being a mom then. It was a reflection of what was going on internally, because I was just not good at anything. There was nothing I was good at it. Like, there was nothing to show for what was going on. But yet people looked at me. I was everywhere. This is where you go, So for me, when I started, really saying we cannot continue with this, we need to go back and then really look after ourselves, because when we feel good, we attract better. We think better. When we think better, we make more money. When we make more money, we can have more impact. When we have more impact, the world changes for good, right? So for me, Ziggy, that is how I look at it, how I look at how each and every area is actually going to affect one another, because that's just how it works. Like, it's all so interconnected. You can't master one and not master the other. You need to strive to actually be able to make sure that all of them, they are linked together.
Amazing. I love how you have pieced all this together, and it's so heartwarming to see what the Secret, being part of Secret has done for you as well. I see you're also looking absolutely beautiful this evening. If I may just push you a little bit, I don't know if you have any of the products that you've used from Secret in terms of taking good care of yourself physically and through, the wellness whole thing you're talking about. If you have any of them around you that you can flash for us to see, that would be great.
Let me see what I have. Some are very far. So from a wellness point of view, ladies and gentlemen, there's a product called Recovery. There's a product called Booster. There's a product called Hydroflex. If you just start with those 3 products, I promise you're going to perform at your optimum level. Gentlemen, come on. Ladies, I swear by those 3 products, right? For your recovery, I recommend for anyone. Recovery, I recommend for everyone. Booster, when you go to sleep, and it does amazing thing. And Hydroflex, so they're gonna go and do things in your body, balance your acidity, all those things. I'm not making medical claims, but I'm just telling you about my own personal testimonial in terms of like, I stopped drinking alcohol 2 years ago, and I have not even missed alcohol. So because I feel so good within my body, like my body is actually feeling so good. Like, I don't even think about it. I think I can have something, a drink, but it will be this tiny bit. And then afterwards, I know that I need to go drink my water. Like, you don't understand how these products have changed to me, right? That is from a wellness point of view. I swear by those. This is one product that actually, it's so bad that in our house, in the bathroom, next to our bathtub, we've got this. It's called Oil and Salt Scrub. Oh, have you ever touched yourself and felt like you're so in love with you? Like, literally, like, You are like, is this me? I love me. I just love me. This is what this product is going to do to your body. It's going to make you fall in love with you. You have to have this. You have to have this and fall in love with yourself, right? I love the mud soap. I use it like also for my face because I'm in pigmentation. I'm in my 40s. I've spent thousands and thousands and thousands of money on all this thing. I promise you, I use the mud soap. I use the anti-aging ranch in Secret, the green and red line. I've got a combination of that. Guys, I'm so in love with Secret. You should see me. I'm like a little baby. Like literally, I have every product. The mask, I play around like a baby, like a kid. Like I'm just like, every time I just play around with a key. And guess what? On top of that, we still have what we call Club Secret. You guys know that I love traveling. Those who know me, right? You know, like myself and Ziggy, like we're like, what's the next country to go? Like right now, I'm scheduled to go to Europe. I'm like, I can't wait. Can I just get my visa? Because I want to be on that flight. So Club Secret, come on. You're going to look good. You're going to feel good. And then you're going to be experiencing all these memories all over the world. What a better way. So we have for me, 360-degree lifestyle offering. I've never, ever seen something like this. And that is what Secret is all about. So if you're sitting here, you're a guest, or even if you're a member, I promise you today, I've just signed up myself again because I get so excited when thinking about Secret. That's just how excited I am. Imagine monetizing your lifestyle. You know, imagine rewarding yourself for just breathing. That's what Secret is all about. We reward ourselves for doing. I used to take a bath every day, but now I'm benefiting from taking a bath. I used to go and pay for all these things. I used to take some of the supplements or not take, but now I do them and I get benefits. Monetizing what you're already doing. How awesome is that? So I can't wait, you guys. I can't wait. Literally, I can't wait. I'm so excited about Secret. It's the best thing ever.
Wow. I can feel and touch the excitement. You know, it's so amazing the way you've put it out and the way you've said it all so nicely. And as you spoke, I was just imagining and thinking to myself, literally, what Secret has helped us to balance our life, heal ourselves from within, align with our values, because that's what we get training to do as well. And at the same time, while we're doing all of that with the incredible products we have at our disposal, we're literally building wealth. So that, just harmonizes everything in line with what you've said. It's just incredible. So if you've a guest on this call, you've been invited by someone, I just encourage you, go back to the person who invited you, ask them to know a little bit more about the Secret family. Our shows every Wednesday is brought to you by the Secret family for a reason. And we're able to share with you all the amazing information that will help you live a holistic lifestyle, balance your lifestyle, age gracefully, and, just find who you are and find what those values that you want for yourself. That's the only way you can actually determine what your lifestyle is and how you can protect yourself and enjoy yourself as you age and grow. I mean, Dinah, you have just been absolutely incredible. I want to thank you so much for being on this show. I knew you were going to do justice to this topic. I just want to shout out to Nomusa's comment on the chat box as well, where she talked about bringing out the inner child.
Mm-hmm.
We suppress it by expressing ourselves. It becomes grumpy and old. So let that child within you come out and make use of what you have learned this evening and just begin that journey today to determine what your lifestyle is, determine what your values are, heal yourself from within. And I'm so excited and very proud to tell you that you can find all of that within our Secret family. So I want to thank you so much for being on the show. Dinah, thank you so much. If you have any last word you want to tell our audience before we call it a night.
You are so positioned to do anything that you like and really define what lifestyle means for you, right? So I want to encourage each and every one of us that are sitting here to say, go out there and start living your life, right? You don't need anyone to literally do that. Like from the core, you know what you're doing. Trust me, trust yourself, trust you. And if you also want to be part of this amazing culture, amazing of secret community, this is how fun. This is like how fun. You can see how fun and awesome. You're more than welcome, because we are amazing, beautiful, beautiful people that literally love to have fun and all that. So I just want to wish you the best of 2022 and beyond, everybody who joined on the call. And yeah, go out there, have fun, live and have fun. You got it within you. And thank you so much, Ziggy, for having me. And thank you, everybody else. Love you guys. Enjoy the rest of your Wealth Wednesday, and God bless.
Thank you so much. So catch us next week on our next Wow Wednesday show. We're going to have another very amazing topic for you. And we already have an incredible speaker that will be taking care of that topic. And this one, I'm telling you, you don't want to miss, because you want to think of your parents as well. So we're going all the way from childhood. Now we're going into what affects our parents as well. So if you still have a parent living, count yourself lucky, and you want to give them the best, and make sure that you are actually showing them giving them the best for the time you still have them. Those who have lost their parents, I'm telling you, you don't want to speak to them and you will hear all the regrets that they have. You don't want to be that person. You have a chance to join us next Wednesday and see how you can make their lives even better, and make everyone happy as well. So thank you so much, and I wish you a beautiful evening. Thank you so much for joining us. Bye for now.